What's up, my people? What's up? What's up? Happy what is it? The Gordian calendar New Year. But we all celebrated now, but we know the real New Year with the Chinese zodiac and all that. It's not until when? March and April. That's when they really celebrate the New Year. That's considered the goddess Ishtar and spring and the flowers and April and all that and March and the rebirth of the growing season and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna be up here a few seconds because I'm coming back and I'm gonna get on the screen, but I'm just kind of moving around. I gotta finish up my working out and stuff like that. So I y'all it's I haven't forgotten anybody. I've been working on myself. I have been working on me, honey. But we're gonna talk about this year and my lessons and what I've learned to integrate by going within and not trying to, explain and be understood and be accepted and be sitting in the trauma, you know. Had to get out of that energy of the Cancer energy, had to integrate it with that Capricorn energy, had to integrate that Libra energy with that Aries energy, had to integrate that Taurus with that Scorpio. You know that Sister Mara be talking about. Had to integrate that Leo with that Aquarius energy, not the shadow side. So I had to make sure I wasn't falling, because you can fall into the shadow. Let me drink this hibiscus tea. Got me a little hibiscus tea with honey. When I come back up here, we're going to talk about... I'm trying to get back up here because I have something to do before the new year, like right by midnight time. But I'm trying to go get my little exercise finished up and then get up here with y'all so nobody would think I forgotten them, which is so many teachers and so much knowledge now and going within. Y'all good. Y'all good. I came up here because I needed to integrate, like I said, some things, the polarities, and balance it out, because I was really, and believe it or not, I was really insecure and shy about getting up here talking and showing my face and all this and that. Not that I'm a beautiful woman, I know that. But it doesn't matter how you look on the outside. It's all about what you feel on the inside. Now I got up there on TV and I was pissed off. And I had went and got me some. When I got on TV, what y'all didn't know is I done went and see my shrink, and they gave me the stuff they gave me, honey. It was working. It was working. It calmed my nerves when I was on the plane with my mother, because I was up there flying with my mother. This was years ago when I had to go on television and stuff because I was being sued. So I was on the plane with my mom, and I told the shrink, I said, listen, I need something that's going to help me deal with my mother on a plane and also deal with what I had to go through with my ex. So that shrink looked at me. She was like, oh, I'm going to hook you up. I ain't never in my life thought that a doctor or a shrink knew that they could give me the perfect balance of medication. And it worked. It worked so good. The medicine worked so good until when I got in the restaurant the night before I had to go to the get on TV or whatever, the court TV. I was going to sleep, y'all, passing out in my food. That's how strong the medication was. And let me tell you what my mother said. This was back in 2014. Some people know about it, but I don't really talk about it a lot. But look, my mother was like, oh, you're going to sleep eating. Now, we had a 5-star hotel eating lobster. I'm telling you, eating steak and lobster. I'm taking her with me. My mother. So I'm passing out in the food. She talking about, I'm about to put this on Facebook. Honey, hey, y'all. Hey. When she said that, hello, everybody. Am I weird? Are you a bot? You do not want to get me talking. Look, I know how to tap into my lower self now. Hey, hey there. What is this? The Rivals Kid, DAR. Okay. Hey. Who is this? And somebody named Robert MK7FC to my, am I weird? Honey, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't know if this is AI, robot, or what, but you don't want me to go there like that, like Hulk said. I be controlling my demons, but when I need to pull them out, I might pull them out on you. You keep playing with me. Now, this is the balanced version, but I do tap into my higher and lower self when as I need to. Hey, Lincoln. What is that? Lincoln the... I don't know how to say that. Is it fashion? How you doing? But y'all, I'm just talking about, I'm coming back up here and I'm going to show my face. And no, I am not. Yeah, I am actually weird. You know what? Robert MK7FC, I am weird. And you know, I've embraced that about myself. I am weird. I don't even take that to as an offense. Okay, Gail, Urena, N7. Okay, Q. Hey. Hello, love and healing to everybody. I was just talking about, what was I talking? I was talking about when I had to fly years ago, and which I've flown since then, but it was just the situation surrounding it and all that. And why I came up here because I was so shy and I was not used to, I was used to drama. So when I got into a place of working on healing, which it's a lifelong process, the healing journey. But I'm at a point of restoration now and balance. You know, I've been doing so much work on myself, and taking and looking at what's going on this year. I'm over the past few years, but I was looking at this year and mirroring myself, taking a mirror and looking within to see if I find anything in me that I can work on, instead of saying, you know, there's such thing as righteous judgment. But I also look at myself, you know, and take accountability. I'm very weird. And I love it. I love being weird. I love being different. I love not fitting in with the crowd. I love not going along with all the TikTok memes and the robotics. I love it. Yeah, I am weird. Cause I kind of dance to my own beat, but at the same time, I'm learning how to be a team player. I've learned how to be more of a team player. You can't always stick out like a sore thumb either. You gotta have balance to everything. You know, it has to be balanced to everything. Hello, that's Maria. Is that MXCO? Amira. Amira. Okay. Fish and Untamed, Jesus died for you and me. Well, honey, yeah, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of people that died. Simeon Tokyo, Malcolm X, it's been a lot of spiritual people that has died. That has died. I mean, a lot of my ancestors died. Yep, a lot of my ancestors died for me. Yeah. And I venerate. I'm grateful for my ancestors. I'm grateful for my ancestors that made it possible for me to be here now, right now, in this moment in time. They sacrificed my ancestors. It's nothing wrong with Jesus, you know. It's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Jesus, but we don't want to get so caught up into talking about one person, and we forget about the people that we actually in our bloodline that has actually sacrificed for us too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, yeah. Yeah, like I said, yeah, a lot of my ancestors, I look at them as like a Jesus figure because they're in my bloodline and they died and sacrificed for me to be here doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I take that and go within. I don't give my energy away to other sources. I go within myself because the Christ is within you. It's not on the outside of you not looking at a person or worshiping a man or something. It's all within you. The Christ is on the inside of you. And that's the thing that they took out of the books, is that it's all within. Yeah, everything is within you. The healing, the resurrection, the regeneration, transformation, it's all within inside of you. It's not outside. Everything you need is within you. And I had to realize that. It took me some time. This been a year. This has been a year for me. It's been a Saturn Mars where I had to go from the emotional side of myself to integrating that into being, you know, more with which I've always been a leader, but less emotions, but having emotions, but having them in balance with authority and structure. Not just all over the place with everything. Which I'm pretty good at self managing and regulating myself, but even regulating my nervous system in balance. Not letting go of things, letting go of material things. A lot of over the past few years I had to go from the material to the spiritual. That's going from that Taurus energy to that Scorpio energy, but not in the shadow self. Now if you're in the shadow side, you go into greed. With the Taurus, it can be with materialism, it can be greed and the lust of the flesh and food and gluttony and stuff, and that's the shadow side. And then the shadow side of the Scorpio will be secretive, being secret, and just having double lives and different faces, and just going too far. The Scorpio shadow side going too, we look at the shadow side of the Scorpio, we can look at it as an example as Diddy, which we're not gonna kill him either, because it's nothing. What he got in him, we all are one. I mean, not saying that I would go that we might not take it that far. We wouldn't do the things he did, but he's a Scorpio in the shadow self that was out of control and was allowed. Now I say allowed to go that deep and far into hell and feel like he can keep on going. So that's the shadow side. But we talking about the balance side of the Scorpio, which is life, death, transformation, and rebirth. That's the healthy part of going into the deepness of things, but also knowing how far to go and not going too dark. You gotta have some light. You gotta have balance. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. So how's everybody making it? How's everybody feeling after this? This has been a year. We going into what, the fire horse in the Chinese zodiac. We going into the fire horse energy. Oh yeah. So like I said, I've been integrating from the Cancer to the balancing it out with the Capricorn, and the Libra with the Aries energy, not the shadow side of it. And having to deal with I've been dealing with a lot of Saturn, Mars energy. It's tough, it's harsh, it's the strict father. Saturn is a strict father. Mars is a lot of conflict and stuff like that. But I needed that. I've learned my lesson. I did my grid work. I've done some work on I've strengthened even my legs physically. I've strengthened myself, strengthened my spine. I've learned some more, exercise. I've been doing the horse stance lately. Y'all don't know nothing about that, do you? Or if you do, how are you doing it? Because we got to do some spiritual stuff and all that, but we still have to strengthen these physical bodies. Going in, I've been cleansing. I know the last few months of the year I have been doing a lot of cleansing soups, and now I'm getting ready to go into some more cleansing. We're doing like some liver cleanses and stuff like that, and doing some heavy metal cleanses some more. I had did it a few months last year, but I was doing the heavy metal cleansing with actually doing the exercises this year. But I'm getting ready to implement the chlorella and cilantro in there. And then, for the parasites, you can use the oil of oregano. Not oregano oil, but the oil of oregano. So, But I'm about to get off here. I'm going to come up here and get on the screen probably in a little while if I can implement it before I have something to do around closer to midnight. But everybody, I hope y'all are doing okay, and y'all are going into this this Gregorian calendar New Year, because like I said, the real New Year is allegedly and supposedly in when the Asians celebrated. The Chinese, it's in April. Other Eastern countries celebrated in April, March and April. So I am about to get off of here. And like I said, I wish y'all a happy New Year. What else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I said letting go, letting a lot of things. I know, ooh, letting go and being light as a feather. And that Maya's energy and this new energy is no joke. It's not easy. This is some energy. You have to be grounded. You know, I've been doing a lot of grounding, of course, over the years, but I have to really be proactive now because I'm not in a lot of I'm more so in a city. So I have to really embrace it and be aggressive with it, with my son, getting the energy of the sun and the nature and the trees. But I still found some, I really found some locations because I was actually in a, like in a smaller town, and I had like the forest. Excuse me, I apologize. I had like the forest area and all that, but now I'm still being grateful because I'm finding areas that I still can integrate nature. And just like earlier today, I was like, I'm grateful because I'm out there on my balcony and I'm still sun gazing. I'm still connecting with the trees. I'm still, still here, holding on. Like the song always say, they said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. But they said I wouldn't amount to anything. But I'm glad to say that I'm on my way and I'm growing more and more each day. What they say, there was many that started out with me, but now they gone astray. But I'm still holding on to Big Mama's hand. Righteous Father, the son, the daughter, the ancestors that love me unconditionally. So I just want to get up here because I know it's been a few weeks, but I couldn't leave without saying healing to all. And we gotta let things go. We gotta still, we can't, if we live in the past, we're gonna be haunted by the past, and we're gonna be living in hell. We want to create the life that we want in the present by integrating those things from within. And once you come in alignment and integrate things from within, everything else will fall into place. I'm telling you, letting things go is not an easy thing. Letting the people that, not letting the people you love go, as far as like just cutting them off, like, because if you love somebody, it's always going to be there. But sometimes you have to spiritually put up boundaries and stuff like that. Even with your mates or your children or whatever, your dog or whatever, you have to put up boundaries because we are in a matrix. We go into other realms and stuff like that. We can be in the same household with people and be living in different realms. I'm telling you, we can be different in the same household with our loved ones and living in different realities. You know that? And that's what we're going to be facing there. It's a split it's going to happen in the twinkling of an eye. The rapture has happened and the split is here. So you're just going to have to be like really aware of what's going on and be present. And letting go, being light as a feather. It's not your job to save nobody but yourself. You can help those that won't help, but you can't just sacrifice yourself. This is not the Pisces energy. We in the Aquarius energy. You're not the sacrifice. You got to learn people have to learn how to regulate their own nervous systems. I'm learning even more how to like realize that quiet. I love quietness now. I used to be like feeling like that something, if it's too peaceful, like, oh God, it's too quiet, like something's gonna happen. Because now I just embrace it. Look, I am regulating my nervous system, honey. Ain't nothing exciting got it. Look, it don't, just cause nothing exciting don't happen, it don't mean that that's something boring or bad. That's good. Cause we as a people, it's time to heal and restore and realize that the calmness is okay. We don't have to always have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of drama, a lot of nervous energy and anxiety. That's not what it is no more. Nope. That's it's okay to have just a regular, what we call boring, quiet, peaceful, safe, really safe. Not safe talking about like I got all this money in my pocket and I got a $1 million house and I got a Bentley. No, I ain't talking about that kind of safe, honey. That ain't safety. I'm talking about from within. Because depending upon how you got that fame and money, that might be how you lose it. If you didn't get it right, it's not no peace with it. I don't want it. That's why I say, we say all money ain't good money. I like money. I don't love it. I don't. I never have loved it, but I know that in this matrix, is they use monetary gain, which we are really the money. We're really the resources. The humans are. We really are the wealth and all that. But they give us this money to take our mind off of going within and creating from within. So they want us all as slaves mentally and all that. It's not a skin color thing. It's they make us think that. But at the top, you'd be surprised who really running things in the background. It's not the people that you think. The people that you see are puppets. The people that's really running it would blow your mind who's really running this thing. So I learned that a long time ago, that race baiting and that skin color stuff. Those people all together, when at the end of the day, they got us down here like we little ants at the bottom scrounging for scraps, and they at the top. They don't believe in that stuff that we believe in. It's about bloodline and all that, not even about skin color. So we see the year going out where the celebrities are just not nobody that we should have been following like anyway, because them people, they've signed contracts long ago. I'm not even no famous person. No, nobody really know me like that. Now the people I'm where I'm from and some other people that I got little fans and stuff, but I'm definitely not no person that got millions of followers, and I never wanted that anyway. I want to be where I can go places and people really don't even know who I am. Like they gotta they don't know I'm in the background doing my thing. Cause that's who really, if you really think about it, that's really the people that's really got the trillions of dollars. Those people that's representing those families are not the real people. I'm telling you, they're contracted people. When you see the DuPonts and the Crafts and the Rothschilds and the Medoshis or whatever, the people that you see are contracted. They've been contracted for probably for the last few hundred years. The real families are not even looking like that. They're in the background and they look more like melanated people, but they're not the same bloodline as the melanated people like in America or whatever, or even other places of the world. But these people are melanated people, and they are the elite families in the background, but got these other families working for them and stuff. And the blue veins, and they integrated with a lot of these people, but the people that you see are not the real people. They just really, like puppets and stuff. I'm telling you, anybody that you see that's on that faces on this stuff saying, "Oh, I'm the wealthy family, the elite," those are not the real people. I'm telling you. And matter of fact, some of the spiritual leaders told us this a long time ago, which I think that's smart. That is so, to me, I mean, I'm not trying to get nobody no credit, but that's like, you got a fall guy and you're in the back, like they could be right here in our faces and we would not know. And these are people that's like worth trillions. And I did my study, and the real elite families, they can go wherever they want to go, and we don't even know. These people drive regular. When they come out, they have regular clothes on. They drive regular cars. They live their life, and they do what they want to do, and they got these people representing them. I'm talking about they living it up in the background. Yeah, we don't know who they are. We can't put our hand on. They might be right in the store with us, and we like, oh, that's just a regular like I seen this lady. I saw this lady the other day when I was at this store, and I know that lady. I could tell by her height. Not saying that height, but she was not a regular beautiful lady. But I'm like, this woman don't belong here. Like, what is she doing at this store? I'm serious. I'm like, I don't see people that look like her. You can tell the lady was with. She had no business being at that store. I'm like, what the hell is she doing here? And I looked at my people. I was like, they was like, you right. She really didn't fit. Some people just, you can tell, like, she looked the color of those, like maybe like an Italian or a Spanish or whatever. Like she could be either Spanish or Italian or whatever. But she definitely didn't belong where she was. I'm like, honey, what's going on here? What is she doing? What is she like? observing something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, those people are in the background. We don't know how they look or none of that. But I tell you one thing, they lied to us because it's people that's melanated with blonde hair and blue eyes. I do know that. It's melanated people. They tell us, oh, that's European. Well, those original Europeans were melanated people that had like the blonde hair and blue eyes and stuff. The original melanated people, what's his name? I'm about to say the wrong name. Oh Lord, I'm about to say Hitler. I mean, what's his name? Vladimir Putin. Putin told us. He told us that the original Russians. Now that's just a clue, but that should tell you about other things. He done showed y'all pictures, which I done seen this stuff. Like I've been on it since I've been searching for a long time, like years and years ago. But Vladimir Putin done told y'all about the original Russians. But the original Europeans were like melanated people. They had like blonde hair, blue eyes. They had those features. They passed those features down to the lighter skin. When I say lighter skin, because there's no such thing as white. It's really not. It's just less melanated. But the people that y'all call white people, they pass those traits down to them or whatever. Whether they pass them down via in a cloning lab or whatever, or they integrated as far as like having babies and stuff with them. But those melanated people, when I say melanated, I'm talking about what y'all call black, which is really no such thing as black either. But those melanated people pass those blonde hair, blue eyes traits down to the lighter skinned Europeans that you call white people or whatever, or the Slavics or the Polish or whatever. They pass that down to them. So, and they are these are families, and they get us down here at the bottom worrying about skin color. Do you know that the Italians came from the Moors? The Moors, the blacker Moors, or what it was the good Moors or the dirty Moors, because they had different type of Moors. But that's where the Italian people complexion come from. And you know, when the Italians came over here to the U.S., they didn't consider them as being able to be accepted as that title as white, and neither did the whatchamacallit were more so like slaves. And I like them. I want to go there. The Irish, yeah, those people in Ireland are cool. But yeah, when they came here, they integrated with the indigenous. I don't call these black people black. I call them the indigenous people of the Americas that were already here. You know, the Irish integrated with the indigenous people, the real Indians. That's why we have the Irish mixture in with a lot of our bloodlines too, because they were considered like the slaves of Europe, the Irish. And those Irish, I'm telling you, I like Irish, not the ones here now that's been indoctrinated, but I mess with the Irish over there in Ireland. Yeah, I'll go over there. But the ones that done came here, a lot of them, just like the Mexican people over in Mexico, are not the same as the GMO ones that they got here. Now, there's some cool ones here. But if you really want to find some good, I done dealt with some good Spanish, Mexican, and El Salvadorian, Honduran sisters and brothers. I done met some cool ones. But honey, I done met some ones that think that they are white people, and you cannot tell them. I don't even think this Trump administration can tell them they ain't white. They think they white folks. And we got black people like that too, the indigenous people that think that stuff like that too, which is sad. That they colorists and base things off of skin color and lighter skin. And we going into 2026 and people, oh Lord, they're going to be left behind. And that's sad. I can't save them. I got to save myself and work on me. I'm glad all I say is I'm glad I ain't playing the villain. I'm glad I signed a contract not to be the bad guy. I mean, we got to know that we sign contracts when we come here. And these people like Diddy and all these other folks, they done signed them contracts when they got here. Somebody got to be the bad. Somebody got to be the opposite polarity. I'm just grateful that it ain't me. I'm grateful that I can't look back and at my record and say, Lord, I done did this to kids and women and dogs and children. Now, I ain't perfect. I ain't saying I'm an angel. But I'm not saying I'm perfect. I done some things now. But it's some stuff I don't do. I don't mess with children and what else? Abuse women, because it's women that's abusive to women. I done been abused by women. and hurt by women. Yeah, it's women that abuse other women, and not just the men. Not just the men. Yeah, I think my girl go out there, which I don't worship none of these rappers. Some of their music I listen to, but I learned that a long time ago because I have met celebrities in my lifetime. I have met NBA ball players and I would need more NBA ball players than NFL, y'all. More NBA, yeah, because where I was living at, well, no, I ain't even gonna say that. That just attracted them. I just attracted them evidently. But I guess the location too. The proximity to the location I was in, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I've been around famous people and I never worshiped them or been like, oh my God, they're giving me attention, because for some reason I always kind of knew what it was. I don't know. Maybe I was a celebrity in the past life because I never wanted to be famous. I just wanted to be rich. Like, what's his name? Dave Chappelle. I'm rich, bitch. I can hide in the background and be wealthy. I do not have to be seen, honey. I pop out I ain't gonna be like Diddy on every scene and gotta have a shiny suit on, dancing there. I'm gonna be in the background, chilling. Let y'all go on out, let the kids go on out there and entertain. I'll sit there and get investors and invest in stakeholders and in the background. Yep. So what else? Yeah, I said I think these people going through these humiliation. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. When I was like a teenager and stuff and got up in, maybe like 1920, honey, when a man told me he had so many kids, I don't even think I wouldn't even date. I was like, I'm not about to slip up and be with another baby. That's one thing I did not play with. I'm like, I'm not about to be the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ain't play that, the baby mama thing. He got to have, even when I had my kids after I got married and I separated. When I dated a man, he most of the men I dated had less kids than me. Some of them didn't even have no children. I ain't laughing, I ain't bragging, and I had low self-esteem back then, but you would have never known it, honey. I won't play that. I'm like, I'm not about to be going through all this baby mama. I went through some baby mama drama, but he only had one baby mama and she was crazy. But honey, that was only one woman. And that lady used to stalk my house, which I'm going to tell you, I don't understand these new men, because he let his baby mama know and it was only right. He let his baby mama know where his daughter was. Like, she's supposed to be able to put her hand on her, but that lady was a little off. But yeah, I used to think he was not a good parent, but he was actually a decent dad and a decent baby daddy, because he would let her know where we was and stuff. He didn't just, I see now people just take their kids. I couldn't be no co-parent with these new people, because I'd be in jail. Like, I probably would be in jail. Like, I know I would. If I was in this, that's why my ancestors let me be in the other generation, because if I was co-parenting now with these men are crazy now. These baby daddies is crazy now. I was married, I was married, but I'm saying we've been separated and had a co-parent. These men now has pushed these ladies to, they expect you to take too much. I would be so offended if I had to deal with some of the stuff I see these women dealing with now. I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even date. I would make, like, now, I'm still at an age where I can date and stuff like that. I don't even play the game, because I know I can't take certain stuff. Like, I can't take certain stuff. Like, for instance, I don't care about you being polygamous and all this stuff like that. Like, I honestly, I already knew a long time ago when I got married, I learned that men don't have just one woman. The more money they got, honey, even when they broke, they're going to have more than one woman. So you can sit there and cry and beg and be beautiful and keep the bust downs and the damn, I'm talking about you can be a woman that can't nobody hold no candle to. You can be everything. I'm talking about beautiful, cook wonderful, look good, good wife, blah, blah, blah. Great in the bedroom, all of that. I'm telling you, that's not going to keep no man. The only thing gonna keep a man is a man that want to be kept, and I don't think it's natural for them to be. I don't think it's even natural for them. Look, it's not even natural for them to be with just one woman. It's some that do the monot. It's some that can and that do, but they have to try real hard. Imagine that back in the day they couldn't. They had back then they had a few families and the grandma stayed with them. Yeah, my granddaddy. Oh Lord, my granddaddy provided and stuff, but my grandmama had her own land too. My grandmama she won't no slow league neither. She won't no lame. You know, I ain't saying that nobody was no lame because they didn't have no land because they took millions of acres of our land, y'all. Even the people that was living in the projects and didn't have no nice houses and stuff, they had land. It was stolen, so you can't really say, oh, you know, my family. What did our family do to be able to hold on? Like, I be wondering, I'm like, what in the hell did my family do to be able to hold on to the land that they held on to? Because everybody else lost theirs. I know them damn people that were living over in the projects, they had land too. Listen, I've done my research for years and years and years, even before they even had all this stuff where they done released our records and files. My mother was doing the family tree thing. I was helping my mother go and find the graveyards and shit in the woods and on our land and all this and that. We was doing our own research. So we done found stuff out by doing actually hands-on, kind of like what what's his name be doing. But we was just doing it for our family tree, Dane Calloway. We done figured out that we were tribes, and the tribes were widespan. It's not like the state, like the now you see how the government put the stakes in the lines, state lines. It's bigger than that when our people did it. It's wider than that. The tribes were widespan. It's not like what they doing. They messed it up. But the grid lines and the dragon lines are still there. It's spiritually there. Our ancestors and the tribes, they arrange these land masses according to the stars and the energies and that's what they be fighting over. The resources in the ground. It's what's under the ground and stuff. It's these when they go in war, it's about the spiritual stuff. And a lot of times they bomb and blow up and all this because they be trying to disrupt and distort the grid lines and the dragon lines and the energies that's underground and stuff. Cause that's where space is in the water. But anyway, I'm not getting into all of that. But what I want to say is I don't even think it's back then. My granddaddy and them, they had like stuff going on. These men, it's all the women own all the land. When they made this into a patriarchy, when they came here and took these lands in America, it was the black women, the indigenous women that owned the lands. The only reason that they had husbands, because the government did that so that when the woman get married to the husband is a landholder. If you go back and look up the word husband, it means somebody that owns the land. That's what the husband in the contract is for. That's what it originally was for the patriarch, for them to take the land of the women. When they get married to the woman get the man last name. Before patriarchy, the women passed the land down to the daughters, and the names of the women stayed the same. When they brought this in, these laws, that man get the last name, he could take the land. Why you think a lot of these women was dying early during childbirth? The doctors ain't necessarily got to take them out. They can only just be negligent and let them. A lot of the indigenous women were dying because they own the land too. They were dying during childbirth, dying during sick. I mean, all I gotta do is turn the other way and be like, oh well, let them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to necessarily kill nobody to kill nobody. I don't work around medicine, all that. Like, I know that I done seen people be neglected and I couldn't do nothing about it. I tried and tried and tried. I done seen people being well taken care of. So yeah, a lot of our clan mothers was passing away. They was being taken out too. But the women own the land. I'm telling you, that the women own the land all over. Even over there in Palestine and them places, the original people, if you go back, if they ain't did their Mandela effect yet, if you go back and you look over there in Palestine in the 1940s, those people were dark people, were so-called black people over there. Those women that owned those peninsulas and the Palestine and all that were originally the melanated women all over that owned this place. They married these women or they took them out. When they went into the battle, they took out the girls. They took the men out too. But they really took out the girls and they took out the mothers, the clan mothers, because they know the land passed down. What they couldn't take out, they infiltrated and they married them. A lot of these buildings was already here when they came. The plantation houses belong to these clan mothers. When they came over here, they married these women and took the land. What they couldn't take out during the wars, they took the land. The treaties and stuff, that's all it was about. The land, taking the land and the resource. But anyway, what I want to say is a woman now getting married, she better be careful because, I mean, I don't have nothing against it, but that contract, it's not what you think. They make you think that women are the gold diggers and women take money from... Shoot, these men are smart. You can get married and you got land and stuff. You can have a prenup and all that, and that man still gonna come out with some of your money. I mean, women gotta get out of they gotta get out of that fairy tale of romance of riding off on the white horse with these men. Men look out for themselves. Men are in survival mode. You hear me? Men have it rough. They know that they only love, they feel like that they say they only love when they have resources, but it's a lot of men that's love without money. You got a lot of mama boys and all these kind of men that they family. I know a man that's been in prison all his life. His family been looking out for him, and that motherfucker getting ready to come into millions of dollars. And before he came into millions of dollars for not that he didn't even earn. Some motherfuckers, they've been looking out for that man all his life, and he is never the bad guy. They always protecting him. And now he about to come into some money from the wife dying, that he mostly was in prison and she was doing everything, and her family mad because they feel like he had something to do with her getting out of here, but he about to get money off of her shit. So anyway, men do be loved without doing anything. That's just I think, to me, the white woman and the black man got it made. That's why they be together. They got it made. Those are motherfuckers that she play Karen and he play Pookie, and they be happy because they don't take account. I ain't talking about all of them. I'm not talking about, if you think about it, who got it the worst? Who got it the freaking worst most of the time? Because the white woman really hate her man. They hate their men. And the black man don't like us. He do not like the black woman. The white woman don't. Why don't the white woman like the white man? Because of what happened. All the stuff they did back, they did them dirty. So I be wondering, do they not like the black woman too? Because we did something to them like ancient times or something? Because they sure don't like us like that. Now I ain't saying all of them, but it's a lot of resentment because of I guess the way the mothers treated the sons, and I see men that tell me that it's got to do with the way they seen like the women treat them when they were young. That's why they really don't care too much for certain types of sisters, because they've been so injured by them, like when they were children and stuff. So I'm wondering, is that the same thing with the white woman? Did she get hurt so much by the white man as a child, or it's in their DNA where they feel like, cause they did some stuff to them. They done some stuff. I could go back in history and talk about it, but they really don't care too much for their man like that. And a lot of them don't like the black, so they get along well. If I looked at the statistics of all the marriages, you know who marry out most? It's the black man marrying white women. The next woman that they marry, let me look. And that they marry out. We the least that married the indigenous black woman don't marry out. I don't even know if it's because they loyal. It might be that, but it might be the proximity of where they living at too. Cause it seemed like, I don't know. It said that the least one that marry out is the Samoans. They don't marry nobody else. The Ethiopians will marry out a little bit. The Samoans, they ain't having it. The Asian women, they don't really want black men. They mostly want the white men. The Spanish woman, comes next, I think. It's the white woman that most black men marry, and then I think it's the Spanish woman, but mostly they marry white women. And then the Asian woman really don't want. She mostly want to marry white men. Um, oh, and it said that the Spanish men, a lot of them are colorists, so they don't marry black women as much as they would because they base stuff off of, not all of them, because all of them not like that, but a lot of them is into colorism, so they like the lighter skin. Um, the white man, if the black woman do marry, she'll marry a white man more so than any other man. She'll mostly marry, but that's they don't do. But black women don't marry. Black women don't marry white men a lot, not as much as the black men marry white women. But when the black woman do marry, she'll marry a European or white man. She's not likely to marry a Asian or a Spanish. It's more so the white man, because I don't think Asian men really want to marry. I don't think a lot of Asian men, unless they get, well, they have to marry out now because they took out all the girls when a few years ago. Then they in the 70s or 80s, they took out all the girls in some part of China. So I noticed, I saw something where they was going to Africa finding wives, but they couldn't be too oily or greasy or something that's like that. But to me, when the Asians and black get together, those be some cute kids. Because my best friend, she had a baby by a Chinese Jamaican. That little girl, oh Lord, she is gorgeous. And I'm not even into skin color. I ain't no colorist. I love all skin color. I ain't got no problem with no dark skin, baby. But yeah, she had a baby by a Chinese Jamaican. That little girl was, woo. Yeah, I done seen Philippine, and they say they black, some of them. And what is the other one? That they say that all them people originated from indigenous black people, but yeah, those kids be cute. Those Asian and melanated kids, because like I said, my friend, she had a child with a Chinese Jamaican, and that little girl is, ooh, she's so cute. Which all kids are. I'm just saying, of the mixtures, I'm like the Asian and the melanated ones seem to be, to me. That's my opinion. All kids are beautiful, but yeah, I just couldn't deal with the. But the thing is, even though the black men married a white woman and stuff like that, it seemed like some of them kids be messed up. Cause if they break up, it's like the families be racist and they got to be raised around the KKK and all that. I couldn't imagine. I'd be like, dang, my life ain't been perfect, but I couldn't imagine having a parent of another race and then my parents break up and I got to go stay with my racist grandparent. Oh my God. You sitting up there trying to eat your cereal and they saying the N-word and the black this and the black. That's got to be. I done seen some of them kids on TikTok talking about how hard it was being raised by a parent that was white and they were mixed. They said they called hell. Their mamas was racist. Yeah, just cause they have a baby with another person. That, you know what? Having a baby and marrying another race, I ain't never saw racism in it. It still be going down. Yep. They act like they doing something. It still be people getting what is it? Race targeted and it's race baiting and stuff. I guess they ain't trying to save the world. But I had a family member, a distant family member that married a white man, and his family disowned him to the day they died. And them kids seem like they went through a lot. One of them passed away, may he rest in peace. But the other child, lived, but the family disowned the man to the day he passed away. His parents still didn't they died disowning him because he married a black woman, and she wasn't even no dark skinned black woman. She looked white. This woman looked white. She was real fair. I mean, they was real fair. She was a real fair skinned black lady and didn't even have the coarse hair, none of that. She was real fair. She looked by you know who she looked like? That married this white. She looked like Diana Ross' daughter. The daughter that, the one The one that played on what is it, Girlfriends or something like that, or the one that played with Anthony Anderson. That's who she looked like. She really did, but she just wasn't that tall. But yeah, it's just a mess. I mean, they go through it. The biracial kids, I guess it's more accepted them, but back in the day, they'd be like choose a side, and they it seemed like it might be better now, but I don't understand that because if we really knew what the elites do, they all mixed up. They don't let us see it. They hide from us, but them people don't. This about bloodline. Look, Barack Obama is one of their family members, but look, they smart. They made us think that he was for us, but he really they family member. Like he was raised by the Bushes and all that, the CIA and the mother and dad. I mean, these people all be together. They all love each other. They be playing that game with us, but they got it all. They like, yeah, we love, we don't care as long as it's our bloodline. But we don't be like that. We be on like as I'm saying I'm not like that, but as a collective, we be on too much bull. Like we get played. Like we let them play us against each other. Because from my understanding, Elvis Presley was passing. Most of the Hollywood stars that we thought was like white people, they was passing. Most of our politicians and presidents and stuff like that too, like Abraham Lincoln, these people were passing. They wasn't literally like what you consider to be. I don't think it's no such thing as black and white anyway. So it's just a game they play with us, and we fall for it. Divide and conquer. Yep. Yeah, but going back to that, what y'all think about Cardi B? Y'all think she should have just went on by herself or stay with Offset? Cause now she got Onset. They said that's crazy. And Nicki Minaj, them people been sold out. They talking about she's selling out. Now them people sign them. When you sign them contracts, honey, you gotta sell out. And then she already getting paid by the small hands anyway. They paying her. So yeah, they ain't your friend. You can't worship no celebrity. Yeah. Well, I'm about to get off here. I'll probably get back up here sometime later or sometime later on. I'll be back. But y'all have a happy Gregorian calendar New Year. And don't forget about the real New Year that's coming in. The Chinese New Year, March and April. That's the real New Year. But y'all have a happy New Year and a safe one. And remember to work on yourself from within. And the spiritual things matter. We going up, not down. We balancing out. We not gonna create we gonna create our heaven on earth, not our hell. And we not gonna fall to our shadow self. We're going to keep working on ourselves and loving and being light as a feather and letting things go. Once you let something go, it's not like you losing anything. You integrating, being able to, regulate yourself and control you, not control other things. You can't control other things. You can only control yourself and control your demons, and work on you and judge yourself, If you see something that somebody else doing, then go within and say, look, can I find anything in me that's similar to that I need to work on, So that's what I've been doing. I might not be I've been in class too. I've been trying to learn. That's what I do. But I've been trying to, I've been in some classes and stuff. They got all type of classes, whatever you want to do and integrate and stuff like that. It's not about the education no more. And I done been going to school, feel like all my life and getting degrees and stuff. Now it's about you knowing how to do things, knowing the skills, being able to show them that you know what you're doing, even with this technology. So, you gotta learn something new, and everything is so brand new, and let the past go. I mean, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. And then somebody said what? Like I said, our ancestors, we need to venerate. Yeah, we need to be venerating the ancestors that love us unconditionally and start giving all our energy. You don't even supposed to worship you don't supposed to be worshiping nothing on the outside. That go for whether it's Oshun, Jesus, you're supposed to be within. It's all within. You do not supposed to be giving your energy at this point to nothing outside of yourself. You supposed to be going within and knowing that it's all with all that. That's anytime you put up an altar or you put up a picture of Jesus, that's just a symbol of what's within you. What's within you. All this giving energy away and I'm no good and I'm just y'all know that I'm not knocking none of y'all religions is the reason for a whole lot of bloodshed and war in the world, or these religions. Whole lot of child sacrifice and child murking and women and men and whole lot of stuff, wars and stuff like that. So, well, I'm getting out of here. Like I said, y'all have a happy new year. Be safe, be protective, love yourself. Self-love is the new shadow work. This energy is keep a hold of your emotions and learn how to transmute energy and stuff. Nobody can hurt you. You your best friend and your worst enemy. Nobody can harm you but yourself. Nothing, nobody. You a soul. If y'all real now, I know it's bots and stuff up here and hybrids and stuff. But I'm saying if you are or original being, you are a old soul. You are ancient. You are a walking deity. So it's only thing you your best friend and your worst enemy. You can transmute energy. You can with your thoughts. You can create things. You can create worlds with your thoughts and stuff. And it's about healing is your superpower. Healing is your superpower. Healing is your superpower. Healing is your superpower. Letting go is your weapons. Healing is your superpower. Letting go is your weapons. Letting go, being light as a feather. Not holding on to nothing. Like, it's things I let go of that I didn't even, like I said, I didn't think I could let go of. Things that I let go, not to throw it away, but sometimes it's some family members that I really can't talk to a lot because I know when I talk to them, it's going to be a certain type of mindset. They trying to impart certain types of energy. So I love them, but I can't talk to them because they nervous system. Look, y'all know we got a lot of mental illness in our families. We do. We got a lot of mental. When I was younger, I did not know. I thought everybody would listen. When I was a younger person, like a teen and stuff growing up, I thought everybody in my family was perfect. They couldn't do nothing wrong. Oh, they such one. When I realized I seen the shadow side of these people, I couldn't take it. I tell you no lie. Because I put these people. That's why it's not good. Like, before I would worship a celebrity, I would look up to a person that I could see every day. And that's not even good. You don't put nobody on. No, you don't put your trust. You look to yourself. You regulate yourself. You don't look to nobody else and say, I know for a fact they never going to hurt me. I know for a fact they're never going to disappoint me. You don't never look to no other person and say, I know for a fact they're never going to betray me. I know for a fact they're going to stay solid. People change. You listen, you never know what's really on a person's mind. You don't know what they really got going on in their head. You don't know what they've been through. And it's not even just this lifetime. It's past lifetimes. You don't know how people gonna change. You don't know what's really inside of them. We don't stay the same because we integrate in energies all the time. Like every 7 years, you a new freaking person. So like somebody might like you 7 years ago. They might can't stand you 7 years from that. You might be in a marriage and that man or that woman might eat you up from the beginning. Like you the best thing since sliced fresh baked apple bread or something with cherry on top. But 7 years after that, they might can't stand you. They might think you the worst thing ever happened to them. People have a right. Listen, we cannot control nobody else. We can only control and regulate our own nervous system. Learn how to let people go too. It be times I was in a relationship for like a long time. I ain't gonna sit here because y'all don't know nothing about staying nothing for no. Y'all don't know nothing about staying in a relationship for no. Y'all think y'all stay in a relationship for 5-7 years and y'all think y'all doing something. But I'm saying, and when you do be with somebody for 30 and 40 years, A lot of times it be a lot of ups and downs. Relationships are tough. They're hard as hell. People be breaking up. Sometimes they break up in the same house and you would never know it. They be sleeping in separate bedrooms. They decide to be roommates. It's a lot of dynamics to relationships. People ain't always in love. So when somebody be like, oh, I've been with him for 50 years, honey, if you knew the whole story, sometimes it would blow your mind because it's a lot of them dynamics to relationships. And before people get kids or get married, they need to take child, which is deeper than that. But you need to take a side. You really need to take psychology. You need to take child psychology. You need to take and at least adult because it teaches you the stages of relationships and the stages of children. You won't be around here freaked out with your kid when your kid is like rubbing on your titty and your son acting like you his girlfriend because even in psychology, those are stages that little boys go through with their mother. They don't want the dad around. They get attached to their mom. They think their mom is their girl. Psychology teaches you that. The only reason I know that shit because I went to school and learned it. I learned it. I majored in psychology. I majored in it because I wanted to learn how the human brain works and how the children think. I learned that. That helped me with my parent and that helped me with relationships. I learned that in relationships, in the beginning, you go through like a honeymoon phase. And then as you stay with somebody a long time, it's not that infatuated love where, oh my God, I'm just happy to see you. I get butterflies. After you see somebody every day for like 5 or 10 years, you're not going to get butterflies when you see them. It's not going to be like, oh my God, I can't wait. Because you used to them, but it's still a love. It go from being like, I'm in love to like, I love them and friendship. And you're not going to have relations there. You're not going to have SEX. You're not going to have smacks every day either because y'all done boom, bam, bam in the beginning. So if you done been doing it, if you meet somebody and you like them a lot in the beginning and y'all get together and start living together or get married or whatever, you know, in the beginning, y'all gonna be going at it, of course. You're gonna be like in the car, down the alley. You're gonna be role playing. You're gonna be Ike one day. He might be Tina. The next day, you might be Superwoman. He might be Spider-Man. Of course, you're gonna do all of this in the beginning. As time goes on, you're gonna leave that phase too. You're not gonna want to do it all the time with that person because y'all done got that out of y'all system. It doesn't mean that your relationship is dead because you don't want to do something all the time. It's a different. You went to a different phase. Because as you get older and you've been with somebody a very long time, listen, they lying to people. They ask you, oh, well, how many times are y'all having relations a week? Oh man, we ain't really having relations like that. Man, y'all, when you first met the man or the woman, y'all were doing it all day long. And I had an understanding. We talked about this years ago with my people who I was in a relationship with. We was laughing and joking about it. We was like, well, you know, after a while when we get a little older, we're not gonna be doing it all the time because we done did so much. He was like, yeah, we just gonna be sitting in the chair looking at TV and eat ice cream and eating good. He said, at least we gonna be able to eat good because we gonna be too old to do it. I was like, yeah, we done did all that when we were like fresh, just met. So people be asking people like, do y'all still? I understand if you just met somebody and kind of it shouldn't be like die down that fast. But if you've been with somebody for years and years and years, of course you're not gonna be doing it all week. If you get a couple of days in, if you're a certain age and y'all get it in a couple of times in a week, you doing good because you don't been with that person. After you be with somebody and y'all listen, sex is the lower vibrational 3D thing. It's the animalistic thing. If you don't know what you're doing when it comes to that, it's something wrong. Because it's something that you can master. Like unless something wrong with your brain. Like it only lasts a few minutes unless you make it go on and you add stuff to the menu to make you last, and you know, aphrodisiacs and all that stuff. I mean, it's serious, but it's not. But it shouldn't dictate, well, you know, I'm not getting it. After you done been with somebody and y'all done did it all the time, all day, every day, it's not going to keep going on like that. It's going to change. The dynamics is going to change. I know this because I done been in long relate. Like, I done counsel people and all that. Like I'm a counselor too. It's not gonna be the same dynamic. That's why I don't understand. Like people be telling people, well, you should be having it. Everybody's not the same, and you know, a woman. If you with a woman and she been just giving it to you, giving it to you, giving it to you, it's not gonna go on like that forever. Like, come on. It don't mean she cheating or she don't love you, but after a while, they not gonna want to be touched all the time. Like, you just it go into a friend. Like, it's just a different aspect of a relationship. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? If you're not completely doing nothing, it's just something that happened. Then y'all might need counseling, but come on, if you get, come on, it's just it's understanding the human brain and the anatomy and physiology, and then with age, how people change. You know what I'm saying? If y'all together in y'all 20s, it's not gonna be the same type of thing when y'all get in y'all 40s where y'all going at it like that, like y'all was when y'all was 25, 30. It's not gonna be the same thing. And then if you get with somebody late, like you get with somebody, it might not be where this 5, 10 years later, it's like they might want to, hey, I'm just saying, you gotta know each other. I'm just saying. And then we have a problem where we, as people, this is when I was like a teenager. I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna let him go because I'm not happy with him. But damn, if I'm gonna that's terrible. That's how you hurt yourself. You not gonna let somebody go, but you not happy with them. But they can be happy somewhere else, or you can be happy somewhere else. Honey, I got to the point where I'm like, listen, life is too short for me to be sitting here worried about what somebody else can do. You want to leave? Bye. Enjoy yourself. But I want to tell you this. You probably won't be able to come back. More than likely, the door is closed. Don't think that you could go out here and find, when you can't find what we had, and you think you can come back, it ain't gonna work like that. And I always meant that. It's not gonna be the same. Now we make an agreement that we're gonna sow our oats and we're gonna take a break and get some space or whatever. But you never act like you own somebody. Even if I got paperwork on that, man. I'm married. That's a contract. Contracts can be broken. Contracts can be changed. You don't never act like that's your property and, oh, he mine and all possessive. And when you act like that, don't nobody belong to you. That's going to be when you act like that over a person, that's going to make them want to do stuff. And they're going to prove to you that they not your property. Because that's what we not meant to be, slaves and owned by nobody. How you going to go from one slave master to another? But you want to be free, but you want to own and possess somebody else. You got to be looking at everything they do, looking in their phone and smelling their clothes. Now nobody want to be with nobody like that. And they crazy they want to be with anybody like that. That's dangerous. These people are crazy. It's better off to be by it. Now, I'm going to tell you, the way what we going through and what we integrated and all these energies, and people need to be healing, and some people is falling deeper in hell and deeper in sin. And when I say lower self, I ain't talking about sin like you thinking the biblical. I'm talking about they falling deeper into their lower shadow self, and they want to drag somebody to hell with them. Honey, now it's better off. Didn't he say in the Bible it's better not to marry sometimes? You better off working on yourself. It take a while. When you think it's oh Lord, I'm ready to meet my soulmate. Oh Lord, it's time. I done been celibate for 3 months now, honey. I ain't had no drugs and no alcohol, weed, none of that. Girl, I done been not sleeping with nobody for about 6 months. It ain't time, sister, brother. It's still more work to do. You'll get trapped up thinking that you mean a soulmate. It'll be a karma. And you're like, oh, Lord. On top of all the stuff I already got to fix. Now I done got some more stuff I got to work on from dealing with this fool here. This damn clone that's been sent to me. I already ain't over my daggone childhood trauma. Now I got to deal with this shit. See? Now you done went, what he say? What J. Cole say? He said you went a long way, but you went a wrong, something like that. That song says. I don't know how he said it, but J. Cole is the way he said it. I love it. He said you went a long, you came from a long way. Yeah, you did. You moved spaces, but you went in the wrong damn direction. You did. You went right into there. You went 20 steps forward and 50 steps back. Yeah, it be like that. You just have to, because I've seen people that be like, oh, girl, Oh girl, I done got better than you. Oh man, or oh, but she'll tell her ex, or he'll tell his ex, girl, I done came up now. I done got me something better. It look better than you. And oh girl, I done got me a man. Now he got some stocks and stuff. He got some land. He got more than you. He got more than that nigga I had before. He got more than what he got. Girl, he got it go. You get with somebody that you think got more. That motherfucker is crazy, insane. Got more demons. He got some high value diseases with this. You like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? When I was with Kente, when I was with Kuna Kente, yeah, this, and it ain't saying it ain't even saying that you need to go back in the past and pick up some trash that you done left. But you done went from the fucking, you done went from the damn, you know, the trash can you get at the store, that little basket. You done went from the trash can, a little trash can, to a freaking, about 5-6 dumpsters now. You know, like, what have I got myself? You can't look, when you get with some people, it's easy to get into, and it's hard to get in. It ain't because they love you. It's because people are crazy. They got more money and they psychopaths. So if this mother got more money, and he got this, Bobby had $10,000, right? That ain't a lot of money. Because, you know, you can't, in this day and time, you really can't do a lot. You can't do a lot of, you can start a little business or something. You can start a little business and, you know, get started. You could get yourself started a little bit with maybe like 10. You know, you get something started. But like serious investments with about 10 bands, you really can't do a lot with 10 bands. You might could get started on something like, well, let's see. You might invest a little bit in a little something and start a little stand or something like that. Maybe, you know, you really can't buy you really can't. You could buy a decent car. Yeah, you could buy, but a decent car will take about all of that if you're going to pay cash for it. And if you're going to get a car payment, you got to pay down. And if your credit decent, you know, you might ain't got to pay that much down, but $10,000, you could, if you can invest the whole thing, you know, it would be good. But you got to pinch here, pinch there, pinch. It's not a lot. And it wasn't even a lot back in 2012. 2011. It's definitely not a lot now, but it's a piece of change, but it's not a lot of money, in my opinion. It's not, you know. So yeah, Bobby might got $10,000, and this other dude might got about $5 million. You probably need to leave both of them alone, but then it might be safer with the $10,000 nigga, because the one that got $5 million is a psychopath that got money to hurt people. Imagine that, Diddy 2.0. He got $5 million, but his ass is crazy as hell. You get with him thinking that you did a come up leaving Bobby that got 10,000 in a little hoopty, but Bobby cheat. Yeah, Bobby might cheat. Bobby gonna leave you alone though. Bobby will go on with the stripper, but Bobby might be protected when he go with that stripper. Bobby with the $10,000. Bobby might be like, yo, I care for myself. I'm wrapping up. I might be cheating on my girl, but I'm gonna wrap this. He might be getting some demons, but he ain't getting the demon on the, the ping. He might wrap it up. You go out here with Diddy 2.0 that got $5 million, and y'all done flew to Mexico for the weekend. He done bought you a Birkin bag. He done bought you a little car too, He done bought you a G-Wagon. Yeah, he bought you a G-Wagon with some of that $5. He invested money. He done put you in some Versace and all that. Like you with Lantino with the $5 million. Oh, he done spent a bag on you too. He done got you. Oh, he got you, girl. He got your BBL, got your teeth, got you some veneers. He done got your breastwork. This man go out here and sleep with everybody, men, women, children, everybody. He ain't wrapping it up. He come back to you. He ain't even prep ain't even can't help him. He abusive, and you be like, I don't want to deal with this anymore, Latino. I'm tired of this relationship. Oh, bitch, I done bought you a BBL. I done got your teeth done. I done bought you a G-Wagon, and I done put you in a Birkin. And you living in one of my mansions and stuff. You got, oh, and he whipping your, and you got to deal with him messing around. He ain't got time for, he just beat you up. Then he spend money on you and stuff. You can't leave because he tracking you and stuff. You done got yourself, so you done went along. You done went about 30. You did move up. But you don't went about 100 steps back because you don't know if you're going to make it out of this. You got to do some maneuvering to get away from Latino. Okay? Bobby, you could just walk away and be like, girl, I ain't messing with him. He can go, he like, yo, you don't want to be with me? Just give me a chance and let me get my life together. I'm done with you. But he ain't stalking you. He ain't trying to control. He be mad and be like, yo, you gonna leave me like this, man? I ain't. He a sailor or something, but not saying that he's even a better, but he's less of a risk with a little bit of money than this Latino with the 5 million. Cause you might end up with a disease. You might end up dying. It's a few ways you could die with Latino with the 5 million. He could take your ass off because he crazy enough to do it. Cause he don't not that he love you. He just don't want you to leave. He look at you like a doll he want to put on a freaking shelf. He ain't gonna marry you. He ain't gonna commit. He ain't gonna show you no respect. But he just want to keep right on putting you up and down. Take me through there. Take me through there. Take me through there. So, like J. Cole's song said, you went a long way, but you went in the wrong direction. So we don't know what's gonna happen to Batty 620 because she might not make it out. Because she might make it out. If she make it out, she might be having a lot of diseases that she gotta it's gonna affect her health. Like, he's not gonna provide medications for you for the rest of your life. You go in that relationship for 6 months and come out with something you gotta die with. Oh no. So yeah, we have to be careful of looking at the grass being greener and think, oh, and then when you leave a relationship and you ain't healed and you bitter and you mad with that person, they hurt you, you better off, because you will attract some mess. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what I know, not what I've been told. I'm telling you what I freaking know. It's best to stay to yourself and get yourself together, get your mind right, because energies and spirits are real, honey. You will be done left something and you think you got away from it and you ain't detached from it mentally or spiritually, and you will attract the same familiar spirit, or for most times it'd be worse. It'd be something else coming at you and it look good and in a good package, but it'd be a familiar, worse demon. For real. So, I'm just telling y'all to let things go and, try to become new and light as a feather. Staying to yourself, self-love, marrying yourself, being aware of your surroundings and not looking for something on the outside of you. Don't be looking for your soulmate. Look for your soulmate within inside of you. Don't be looking for nobody to ride off of you on a white horse and save you. Be your own savior. Be your own hero, okay? The Cristo Negro within inside of you. Y'all have a wonderful new year. This is MaSunGoddess777. Checking out. Hit me up. Maya's Temple 777 at Gmail. Support Maya's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. I am out.